Welcome back to the West End. It's always nice to see a good old talent and an old mate and a fabulous show. We're here at Spamalot with Joe Pasquale. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you, love?
I'm all right. We keep doing this year on year on year, and it starts with Joe the comedian about 20 years ago, and then the next minute you're in the producers and you're back on tour, then you're the king of the jungle, and now you're the king of Spamalot.
Yeah, but I did ice skating as well this year, didn't I? I was a bit cack at that.
I didn't watch that, really. I'm not into ice skating.
You didn't see me? I lasted 6 weeks and I couldn't even stand up. It was amazing.
I saw your bits, but
That's all right. And that's all I did as well. I fast-forwarded everybody else when I got home. Don't worry about that.
those shows are just too long for me. There's a lot of padding, isn't there?
I was about 2.5. You have to put it on Sky Plus and that's it. Get rid of the adverts and all that malarkey, yeah. So yeah, we're in Spamalot now, playing King Arthur.
Is this what your life is about now, continually reinventing yourself? Because there's so many stars now who seem to come and then they disappear and never seen again. You've been permanently in the public gaze for one reason or another for about the last 20 years, seriously.
I know, it's more accident than judgment, though. It is, because somebody phones up and says, do you want to do that? The trick to it is not saying no to anything. Even if stuff you can't do, you go, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. On my CV, you know, when you fill in these forms, can you do this? I can roller skate, I can ice skate, I can ride a horse, I can jump out of a plane, I can actually fly a plane, I can do boxing, I can run, I do all their sword fighting. I put it all down, and I go, oh, well, you can do all of that, and I get there and I learn it when I have to learn it.
What about the money, though? Because if you answer the phone and say yes, how'd you get good money?
Oh, it doesn't matter about the money. In actual fact, I learned from Russ Abbott said, when we did the producers as well, he said, you should never do jobs for money. When you get to a certain age, there are times when you've got to pay your bills and tax bills and your mortgages and kids and all that malarkey, but there does come a certain time in your life when you go, I want to do this because I want to do it. I don't care what it is. So this was one of those jobs, Spamalot, I would have paid them to do this, so it just came at the right time.
I don't think there are many dream roles in the West End, let's face it. There aren't many that are that memorable. All right, there's the Phantom, there's Jean Valjean in Les Mis, if you're a serious actor.
Imagine me doing Jean Valjean.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, either that or a giraffe in The Lion King.
Oh, no, I want to be Simba in The Lion King. Imagine me.
Well, the old one or the young one?
Oh, Pumbaa. Pumbaa would be good, wouldn't it?
Now that you could do.
Yeah, do Pumbaa.
What is it like being the king in Spamalot, though? Because this is such a big, funny, straight role. I mean, you're being funny by being straight, aren't you?
Yeah, what's great about this was when I saw the film, when I was 13 years old, at Monty Python Holy Grail, I remember sitting there with two mates who didn't get it, and I cried. I absolutely cried, laughing. And then when I came to see this, I thought, I'm not going to laugh at this like I did when I was 13. It brought me back to 13 years old. And I actually said, there's a scene in the second half with the two guards and Herbert, and I actually said out loud, and a lot of the audience weren't getting it, but I was, and I actually said out loud, please stop, just stop, right, to the people on stage. No one heard me, but to myself I said, oh, stop, just stop, because I couldn't control it. I was crying, I couldn't even breathe. And on stage, doing it on stage, I'm the same there. You will see tonight, when you watch it, I do tend to laugh, and I try not to, but I can't help it.
Can I admit I don't like Monty Python? I've tried since seeing this. I've bought all the DVDs. I still don't get it. Yet this I get totally. And from the first time I saw it on Broadway and then in Vegas and then the West End and then the tour, I just never get tired of the songs and the gags. Why is that?
Did you see the films though?
I tried. I kind of okay.
Monty Python, Holy Grail. Do you not get the film?
I got it at home. I bought it and I was like, okay. What is it?
It's not a musical though. That's not a musical. That's just a film. So I think. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that gets to you. What I find of this musical in particular, first 15 minutes, even if you're not a Monty Python fan, some people get it, some people don't. 15 minutes is a real slow burn. People sit there going, oh, is this what it's going to be like for the next 2 hours? And for some reason, somewhere along the line, something clicks. It's like it just drops, the penny drops, and they go, I get it now. And I'm in my second week now of doing it. And every single performance, it's followed this pattern. First 10 or 15 minutes, people are, gentle chuckles, little titters here and there going, I'm not sure if this is fun. What is this? Why am I laughing at this? I don't get it. And they hold back. Eventually, they just let it go. And by the end of it, everybody's on their feet. Everybody's cheering at the end of this.
There's two things to say about it. One, it's like a play with music because it's very wordy and it's clever. And if you want to come here like some of the tourists do just to sleep, this ain't the show because you're not going to get it. You're not going to watch this and think it's spectacular in a sense of maybe the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or even Wicked. No. This is, you got to listen and you got to probably speak the language, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but even then, we get a lot of Americans, loads and lot more Americans. And the people that stand at the stage door afterwards, prominently Americans. Hardly any English people wait for you at the stage door. They don't know who I am, but they're always at the end. Can we have a picture of the king, please? And you're like, well, you don't know who I am? No, but you're the king. Like, okay, fair enough, And it does get you. I don't understand what it is, but it grabs you somewhere inside, and it's life affirming. It does. It makes you come out with a smile. You cannot beat it. It grabs you by the throat by the end and won't let you go.
And also, I mean, it's not Brecht and Harold Pinter, it's just silly. And I think, I mean, one of your great lines, I'm not going to do it because you'll do it yourself, but I mean, if you can't just come and have some fun for a couple of hours and get out and go and just joyously laugh for a couple of hours, I mean, what's the point?
That is exactly it. Life's too short. You don't get out of it alive, so come and have a laugh. It's 2 hours of holding your stomach laughing by the end of it.
I know I first interviewed you. It is literally nearly 20 years ago in Nottingham when you're on tour. And I said to you, first question when I came is, what is it like being in the West End? Because when you've worked here, there's nothing like walking in. I just walked down the Mall, which is a minute from here. Leicester Square's 2 minutes. You've got Piccadilly. You've got all these things that as a kid you watch. Yeah. Is it thrilling walking in every day thinking I'm a West End star?
No, I don't think that. I just get on the train and sit with all the people and then go, especially when you're going home at night with all the people that stink and drunk on the train, you don't think, oh, I'm a West End star. You don't think that at all. You just think, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not going to leave and make eye contact with no one here. And you sit there, you're ready on your phone tweeting about the show.
Was there any negotiation for a car to take you home?
No, there's no negotiation. No, I'm surprised I've got a toilet.
What's this theatre like? I mean, I've done many interviews over the years where we've had mice and things. I know at the Palladium there's lots of rats and things in the dressing room.
Yeah, there's mice. There are mice running about. We went in the girls' room the other day and they said, Joe, there's something in here. Can you find it, please? And it's stinking. Something's died. And I said, are you sure no one's done a number 2 in here? No, something's definitely died. And there was a dead mouse behind the girls' toilet, so we had to fish that out. I dare say there are rats here. It's because it goes underground, as you know, this one. It's like being in prison. It's like actually being in the London dungeon here.
And I notice I've got a thing smoking at me here, and this isn't some funny puffy thing.
No, it's not. It's one of those little, it's called a humidifier. There you go, because there's no air in here at all, no fresh air, there's no windows, and it gets a bit dry and tacky down here, so this puts a bit of moisture in the air, as West End lovelies do.
Is it strange coming from the variety scene, which you still are and have been brilliant at for all your career? I mean, you are the master at pantomime. I said this to you earlier. I've never seen anybody, there's you and Connolly, who just hold an audience so tight and they immediately love you. Coming into this environment where you're meant to have formal training and 20 years to do this, and there should be some sort of trajectory. You shouldn't just go straight into a West End play. Yeah. How have they welcomed you in?
This has been the loveliest. It sounds a bit arsey, this, but they've been so great. And what's amazing about them, they're all actors. They're all good actors, great singers, great dancers, great actors, but they play it like comics. Their timing is sensational, as you'll see tonight. They don't work it like actors, they work it like comics. So I think for them to have a comic come in and I throw the rule book out, and I do it completely different to anybody else. And everybody said that what I've brought to it isn't what they've had before. Because all I can be is me, basically, with a posh accent. So I definitely brought something different to it that they wasn't expecting. It's working. The good thing is it's working.
I can't wait to see it tonight. And what's good about this as well is the standard of the music in it. Often in comic plays, the music ain't very good. But it's similar to the producers. This is magnificent. I mean, there's some huge numbers like the song that goes like this that just steals the entire show. Is it thrilling every night, sort of waiting for these to start and seeing the reaction of the audience? Because there's literally standing ovations.
Yeah, no, every single thing. I'm in the wing. And to be honest, I'm glad I'm not in that number in particular, because that's a hell of a number. There's also one in the second half, which a bloke called Bobby, who's sensational, plays Sir Robin, the Star song they call it, and he just works this song. It's a proper, 11 o'clock ballad, as they call it, and he just tears the roof off the place with it. It's brilliant.
You're back on the road this summer, and you'll be doing all the holiday places again, the seaside towns. Yeah. Will you take anything away from this and put it into your show? I mean, can we see more singing in the Joe Pasquale live show?
No, I don't think so. What's really good is I like to do this, and then I'll go and do the stand-up show, and then I'm doing a play in the autumn of Sherlock Holmes, and hopefully I'd like to come back to this at a later stage now, because I can only, unfortunately, I can only do 6 weeks of it due to other work commitments, but this 6 weeks is going to be a golden time.
Well, I mean, you're having tremendous reviews. Everybody's raving about it, and congratulations on that. I've got to talk about your physicality as always. You've not done that sort of celebrity thing of losing a ton of weight and then putting even more back on. You're still nymph-like. I mean, a sylph-like little thing.
Yeah, it's a little sylph-like. Nymph-like? What do you mean sylph-like? What's a nymph?
A nymph, a little wood nymph. Have you never seen a wood nymph? Very slim.
I've heard them say sylph-like, but not nymph-like.
Nymph-like, yes, a wood nymph.
I thought that was like woodworm, wasn't it?
It's not. All I'm trying to say is you're looking very, very...
what you're trying to say is I'm not a biffer.
Yeah, exactly, which you were at one point, as was I.
Yeah, but then it just stayed off, love. I think you just realise, I don't want to be a biffer.
Where are you doing Panto this year?
Wolverhampton!
Oh, that's close. I can come and see you.
Come and see that. That'd be great, love. Come and see Wolverhampton.
I've never seen a performance like it. Travel, it's worth it. Not for many pantomimes, but yours certainly is. You give it your all, don't you? Every day. I don't know how you do it.
Well, you have to. People pay good money at the start of a run. If you're doing 70 performances in 6 weeks, they pay 25 quid to see it on day one. They pay 25 quid to see it on day 70. So they deserve value for money, and that's the only way to do it in your head. You have to pace yourself, start at that level that you can keep up for 7 weeks, and that's it.
And how long is the recovery after? Do you take time off? Do you go to Barbados for 3 weeks?
No, I normally have a week or so, but last year I didn't have any time. I was in dancing nights doing panto and that at the same time, so I live on the edge. I'm a man alive, and
I'm looking forward to seeing you this summer. I know you'll do Skegness and all those places with the live show. Congratulations on this. I better go because it's going to start shortly.
It's going to start very soon, love, and I've got to get my kit on.